This recording is called Anchored to Truth. Becoming anchored to truth is the fundamental necessity of life. It should be the primary objective of one's early life. To desire the truth of life is so paramount to attain that all other endeavors in life pale in comparison. All achievement in life is virtually meaningless without the simple attainment of becoming fully anchored to truth. To know truth is to become one with the very essence of life. When the wind blows, you can bend instead of snap. When the people of the world all head off a cliff, you alone stand firm. While the boats of the ordinary and the lost move aimlessly on the ocean of life, you alone are ruddered and full of direction. To be anchored in truth allows you to care not what anyone thinks. It also allows you to care deeply for everyone, especially your enemies and detractors. To know truth allows one to see through the gloss and glimmer of false idols, false beliefs, and false ideals. Seeing clearly is a requirement to walk the very narrow path home and out of the abyss of endless human desire and suffering. But who will desire truth? Who still seeks truth at all cost? Who is willing to lay down any false paradigm, false belief, false desire for the sake of knowing truth? Who is capable of discerning truth in the minefield of current human experience? Who is willing to turn away from social media, friends, and family for a duration of time to enter the dreadful silence? You see, only the silence knows of the truth. Only in the depths of silence will the truth present itself to the very core of your soul. Only by convincing the silence to believe in your determination to cherish the truth once it's presented will it reveal what it knows. The silence is only dreadful to those who harbor many untruths. In the silence, we must face ourselves completely naked. In the silence, all our errors are laid bare before us. In the silence, we must be able to withstand its awful scrutiny. If one is able to lay bare their soul before the fierce gaze of silence and fearlessly accept whatever may be revealed, then you may be found worthy of knowing unassailable truth of your being. Thus will you be anchored. Only now is one ready to be a servant of the Most High. Only now has one earned the right to begin to acquire the power granted to the proper custodians of life. Now one is able to permanently discern falsehood from reality. The truth grants freedom from all deception. Any time the outer world oppression weighs heavy, the anchored one merely needs to still themselves to regain bearing and feel the power of truth well up within. Its ferocity will dissolve all falsehood like a laser dissolves paper. Truth is the only power one needs to wield. Truth satisfies any lack or nullifies any limitation that presents itself. To be anchored in truth is to no longer care about what may happen in life, because the silence always allows a solution to every seeming problem to occur. Naturally, on its own time, sometimes instantaneously, but not always. But to know truth is to never question again the purpose or need of any experience that occurs. Everything that happens in life is just a cry for truth to answer. Only truth can properly nourish the needs of the soul. To know truth is the difference of living or dying. To know truth is the difference of graduating or repeating class. To know truth is to prefer the silence over all else, because the nourishment found therein can be found nowhere else in existence. Absolutely nowhere else. To know truth is to know the truth of this. To know truth is to comprehend a tiny fraction of the staggering beauty of the original thought that devised this system of perpetuation of parent to child. The silence is the classroom where the child remembers its purpose. The silence is the classroom that allows the quiet voice of ceaseless power to be heard over the drumming of humanity's nonsense. The silence is the classroom that is available everywhere, always. The silence is the classroom where the necessary lessons are eternally free. The silence is the classroom that was intentionally built into consciousness and forever inseparable. It has always been there. It always will be. Patiently waiting. Waiting for the readiness of the soul to take up its manifest responsibilities. Waiting for the soul to turn away from the distractions and ready itself to become a proper steward. The truth of our potential is so stupendously magnificent, our human minds cannot even begin to fathom. It literally stuns the mind to consider these things. Only feeling the truth can one even begin to comprehend beyond the limitations of conceptual thought. Only in the silence can one feel these things deeply. Only by turning away from all human concepts can one empty the false feelings and welcome the divine. To receive the gift requires empty hands. To receive the gift requires empty hands. Knowing the truth shows one how to make oneself ready. Knowing the truth teaches one how to cease conceptual thought long enough for divinity to have a chance of getting through. This is important. Silence teaches this lesson. Silence teaches one to stop depending on the false narrative. The false narrative that we are bodies, temporary and limited, must be seen for the illusion that it is. This is the mantra of deception that humanity chants ceaselessly. It has been going on for a very, very long time, at least here on earth. Not everywhere do the children of the Most High fall so fast asleep, but here it is so. Free will allows these decisions to take their course. It must be just so. This is the way of things. But for those who discover the silence and can withstand its fierce scrutiny, then truth can come. Truth will shatter this illusion for such a one, permanently. It is gentle at first. Truth knows of the fragility of the emotional condition of a newly awakened soul. It understands perfectly. It knows the remedy for every ailment and applies it just right. At least if the soul listens carefully. So listen carefully. Then all will be well, just as it was originally designed to be. And you might just take a deep breath along with me and feel tremendous gratitude that it was all just a scary dream. Gratitude. Truth is most certainly gratitude.